One of the most common errors we have in pool is the understanding of what one tip of English is. So if you're in the league and you're up there at the table and there's a timeout and the coach says put a tip of English on the cue ball and you don't know what a tip of English is, you're going to have a problem shooting that shot, particularly when you have to kick at a ball, in which we're using that side spin that we used in some of our prior tipping segments. What we have to do is we have to analyze what a tip of English is by definition. I'm going to explain that to you. Because if you've got a small tip, a medium tip, or a big size tip, those appear to give different Englishes, but in essence, I'm going to make them all the same. Here's how we're going to address this. We've got an object ball with the stripe sitting on a spot. We've got an object ball at the other end of the table on top of a piece of chalk. And I'm going to illustrate what English is by definition. Now, first of all, there are two parts to English. I'm going to line up for this ball on the left side of the stripe. That's why I'm using a stripe, so I get the same place. And I'm going to hit this really hard. You notice where the ball went. It went way down here off that rail because that cushion is compressing a whole bunch. So it's what's called shortening up the angle. We covered that before. Now I'm going to hit the same shot again, and I'm going to hit it on the left side in the same place, but I'm going to hit it real easy. You notice what happened. It hit way up there somewhere. So basically, depending upon the speed you hit it at in the same place on this object ball, you're going to get about 1 million different positions here of finish. And as a result, you have to have a common speed in order to at least start the English process. So this is the speed when you want to work on your English. First, work on the speed like this. Hit the ball down to that end of the table, let it come back to this end, and let it go back off the rail and come back out. Now, as it comes back out, you want it to stop from where you start within about 8 to 10 inches. This is the process of getting the same speed. So if you've got a small tip, a medium tip, or a big tip, bottom line is you can still hit that ball and get that speed consistent no matter what you're hitting it with. Even if you could hit it with the bumper of your car, if you could hit that speed, you'd still be able to get the job done. Now the second part of English, of course, is the English is going to do something. So I'm going to hit this shot this time somewhere on the left side of the ball. I'm just going to pick a place right there, and I'm going to hit it and see what the object ball does when it comes off the rail. I'm going to try to keep the same speed and hit it. You notice the speed's about the same. Let's hit it one more time. I'm going to keep hitting it a few times so you can see what it's doing. Just watch where the object ball lands. See where it lands. It's landing just about by this piece of chalk. Let's do it one more time. And I'm just going to keep adjusting. I want you to keep working on this and keep practicing. Hit it again. Perfect. Speed is just about perfect. And you notice the object ball, when it came back, it hit between these two pieces of chalk. It hit just about here. If it hits anywhere between these two pieces of chalk with practice, about 8 out of 10 times, that's what we call one tip by definition. In other words, it's the two lengths of the table within 8 to 10 inches of where you start from, working on that first. And then secondly, we work on hitting it down and making it land between the two pieces of chalk. One tip of left English by definition is between these two pieces of chalk. And over to the other side of the table, one tip of English is over here between that chalk and this chalk right here. So you would practice on this with a real dedicated process. And now if I'm in the league and I tell you to put a tip of English by definition, not just a tip of English, but a tip of English by definition, we're all on the same page, and you'll be able to make a lot of these kick shots and even some of the bank shots with more accuracy and more consistency, according to drcue.
You don't have to play like a pro to enjoy the game I love.
If you've ever played in a friend's basement, you can compete in an APA league. In the APA, everyone can play and anyone can win. So if you're looking for a fun night out with your friends and family, join an APA pool league today.
Have fun, meet people, play pool.
Visit poolplayers.com today.